And good morning, everyone. Welcome inside JSU Stadium, Burgess Snowfield, here on the campus of Jacksonville State University. We are back again today for more high school football spring action. This time, we return to the TV24 Gridiron Challenge, featuring some local teams from the area as well as some teams from outside the area. As Gerhard and I were talking before we came on the air, we're going to see some big boy football today, and Gerhard Mathangani joins me in the booth now. Gerhard, our first matchup, the Cleburne County Tigers and the Good Hope Raiders, a couple of teams out of Class 4A. They'll be the first game on our 5-game schedule today, and these two teams, good tradition, but not great years last year. They both had losing records from a year ago, so both these teams are hoping for a kind of a different turnaround year in 2018, and we get our first look at them today.
Absolutely. Cleburne County suffered probably its worst season, I would say, in the last 30 years. Won just one game last year, but they were playing in Class 5A. They were one of the smallest teams in the state in 5A. Now they go back down to 4A, kind of where they belong. They're playing teams of their same class size, and then also playing teams in Region 6 with the Anistons, Cherokee Counties, Hoax Bluff, Jacksonville, White Plains, teams like that. So Coach Michael Short and the gang looking to get back to where they belong in the upper echelon of Class 4A. And Good Hope, just 2 seasons ago, won no games. They won 0-10. Last year won 4 games, so they're looking to build on the momentum that they have over the past couple of seasons.
All right, let's take a look at our Gridiron Challenge rules for today. Very similar to what we had in the County Jamboree on Thursday and Friday. Then, of course, these are the same rules we had last Saturday. Each team will play 4 12-minute regulation quarters. There'll be no halftime. They'll take a 2-minute break. Kicking game will not be live. Teams will be allowed to kick field goals and extra points with no rushing. On 4th down, the ball will be moved 35 yards down the field unless a team decides to go for it on 4th down. Cleburne County will have the football to begin things at the 35-yard line. And there we see their quarterback, Reese Morrison. And we've got a delay, I think, for the chains across the way. I think it's early for everybody today.
Yeah, teams aren't used to getting up and getting ready to compete at 11 a.m., so.
So again, 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. Both teams with some key guys out today with injury. So we have rosters thanks to the coaches, and after, by the time these games are played, they've had so few practices. So we're just happy when we get rosters, and I already can see we don't have a number 7 on our Cleburne County roster. So we will have to find out who that young man is.
We got everything sandwiched around it, 6s and 8s and 9s, but not number 7. So we'll look to get his name and give him his appropriate credit. But you're right, this is a culmination of 9 days of practice here.
And this time the handoff to number 6, that's Austin Roberts. An H-back, small guy, and he was popped that time by Colton Bagwell.
Yeah, take a look here. Colton Bagwell, number 24, just does his job perfectly, collapses on the inside, makes sure he has outside containment, puts a hard hit on him, and brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 for Cleburne County. They got a bunch set to the right, to the short side of the field. And a quarterback keeper, Morrison, trying to get around the corner. Nice run support that time by Drew Maddox, the junior corner, coming off his man. He was in man coverage, saw the quarterback take off, came up and made a very good physical play from his defensive back position.
That's exactly what you want out of a corner, and he was playing press man, so he was up on the line of scrimmage, did a good job of making sure his receiver wasn't going to be the guy to sneak behind him and get away with the touchdown behind him, and then came up for the run support, made a good tackle.
So a 3 and out on the first possession for the Tigers, and they do elect to do the simulated punt. They'll mark it off down to the 26-yard line.
In addition to playing Class 5A last year, they were also, Cleburne County, one of the youngest teams in the state of Alabama. Had to play a lot of sophomores, had to play some juniors who had really no experience on the varsity level. So all these guys, most of these guys from the offensive and defensive perspective, are coming back from some experience from last year playing against some tough competition. Teams like Beauregard come to mind as well.
All right, here's our first look at Good Hope on offense. They're quarterbacked by Bailey Quick, and he hands off up the middle. That is Matt Dixon. And Dixon, physical, running across the 50-yard line, just runs over Daly and Brown. And Good Hope coming out with a little spark here on their first possession.
I think physicality will be the key to this game, and so far, I would say for the first 5 plays of this game, it's all been Good Hope. And whether it's the defense and now with the running game, this is a nice play here by Matt Dixon. A good tough run at the end.
Good Hope has good representation across the way here at JSU Stadium. So those folks got up early and made the trip down from Cleburne County this morning. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders is there at the Cleburne County 42. Quarterback keeper, quick, looks quick. Nice move, stays on his feet, gets a block. And the Cleburne County defense will finally catch up to him, but not until he's inside the 25 to the 23. That is a gain of about 19 yards, another Raider first down.
This is great blocking, but I'll tell you what, this is an incredible individual effort here by Quick. The senior quarterback does a great job of just basically making a one-man effort, dodges about 4 tackles, and then uses his hand to stay upright, pick up another 15 yards, and a big, big first down.
So Good Hope with the first serious scoring threat in our first game today. This play defended well by Cleburne County. And again, number 7, who we don't have listed on our roster, in there to make the stop after a short game.
Another thing about spring, and I remember this one going back to playing, a lot of times you'll have a number from the previous year, and then a number opens up, and so you want to change it and take that next number. So we're going to learn to find out who he is.
Quick throws downfield. Pass is incomplete, intended for Matt Hancock. And, you know, we can't complain at all about that because these coaches, again, they have so little practice time in the spring, and then they dress out and come into a venue such as this, and they're willing to play a game against another team, and they're not even really sure who, you know, you have guys that are out with injury, and some guys they want to hold out because they don't want to risk injury in a spring game. So we're fortunate when we get rosters. But we will definitely try to figure out who number 7 is. I think that young man looks as though he is a two-way player today for head coach Michael Short. Pass over the middle is caught. That is Isaiah Green on the receiving end of the pass from Bailey Quick, and he was wide open. And that's going to be 1st and goal down at the 6.
That's a very well-designed play. Play action with the running game with 44, who did a great job earlier, Matt Dixon. And then that sucks your linebackers in and then go right back over the top to Green, and Green makes a nice catch.
Here's the give up the middle to Dixon, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration that time by Cole McElroy, a rising 9th grader for the Tigers.
Youth and experience is one of the hallmarks of the team last year, and it will be again so this year as well for Coach Michael Short and the Tigers.
Second man through, gets nothing. Again, number 7 on the stop for the Tigers. On the carry that time was number 19, Matt Swager.
I think simultaneous with the snap, we had a penalty here.
All right, and we're now told number 7 is Cade Smith. Thanks so much for that information, so we can identify that young man for the rest of the game. So they back him up 5 to the 12-yard line. 2nd down and goal now for Good Hope. 4 receivers lined up now for the Raiders. Run a little run pass option, and Quick just slipped. Just kind of lost his footing at the 11-yard line. So a very short gain will make it 3rd down and goal.
Cade Smith wore number 7, I guess, during spring practice. He was number 44 during spring practice. That's what he was beforehand. It reminds me, I think a lot of times players change to a single-digit number so you can look faster. And I think he did the same thing.
So 3rd and goal now for the Raiders. Quick stands in the pocket, delivers, tries to connect with Matt Hancock. It is incomplete. And so it will be 4th down, and the Raiders, here's though they're going to bring in a field goal, the field goal unit.
Bend don't break defense here for Cleburne County. Got him all the way down inside the red zone. That's a nice play defensively by Ant Thompson, the junior defensive back.
So there's a look at your kicker, Clayton Herring. And they'll spot this down at the 18. It'll be a 28-yarder. Preston Bagwell will hold. No rush again, and the kick is wide right. So Good Hope, pretty impressive game-opening drive for them, but they come up empty as the drive stalls. That 5-yard penalty inside the 10 really hurt them. And so the Cleburne County defense, as you said, Gerhard, classic bend but don't break, so they'll get it back and try to get something going offensively. They looked a little sluggish on their first offensive possession.
Yeah, to be able to come away with no points there is big for that Cleburne County defense. And when things tighten up down there inside the red zone, playing especially well on 1st and 2nd down becomes huge, because then now you put a lot of pressure on those offenses to do something maybe out of character for what they normally have done to get down there on 3rd down. And good 3rd down defense, and then came away fortunate to have no points, and they'll start to be on the 20-yard line.
Nice day so far. You know, we had threats of rain all week, and it seems like when you wake up, the rain chance has dropped, which seems to be the case today. So hopefully we will have no weather issues. So I invite you to come on out to JSU Stadium. We've got a very good schedule ahead today. We've got a tri-match coming up after this one between Clay Central. Danny Horn will return to his roots in Clay County, and he'll bring his team in here today. And Lawrence County and Gardendale, they'll each play each other. And then we wrap up things later today with Callaway and Montgomery Catholic. Montgomery Catholic. 1st down carry, nets a -1 yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Tigers. This
run defense has been really impressive for Good Hope. They do a great job of sealing the outside with their defensive ends and their linebackers. And even in their secondary, they come up with some solid plays. We've seen Drew Maddox and some of the other guys that patrol that defensive backfield come up with some solid plays in the run game.
2nd down. A little reverse here as Cade Smith pitches at that time to number 8, Ant Thompson. And Thompson gets a couple of yards. So again, for the 2nd possession in a row, Cleburne County is going to be facing 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is all starting with the run defense for Good Hope, and once again setting up a 3rd and long. And really for Cleburne County, you have to see or to wonder what kind of passing plays they do have in their game. Who do they trust as far as their receivers running routes?
3rd down. Morrison gets the pass away. It is complete to number 30. That is Micaiah Ross, and he is out of bounds about 3 yards short of a 1st down. So once again, it'll be 4th down, and I don't think Coach Short pretty sure he'll do the simulated punt here.
Yep, that's exactly what he'll do, and Good Hope will have a chance to come back on offense. And what we saw last time was really impressive. Some strong runs. We saw Matt Dixon, 44, and great run by Bailey Quick, their quarterback. No points on their last drive. Let's see what they have going here for the 2nd drive.
We're at 5:56 of the 1st quarter. I think we're having heat timeouts today. If we are, we should be doing it now, but the official has not signaled timeout, so we'll just keep rolling. Now I think we may be getting it. Yes, heat timeout. 5:56 left here in our 1st quarter. No score in our 1st game between Cleburne County and Good Hope.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. I'm running for Calhoun County Commissioner of District 3. I bring to you character, leadership, and commitment. character to do the right thing. Leadership, 32 years of public service. And commitment, making sure I do what is in the best interest of all citizens of Calhoun County. Your vote is important, and I need your vote, so please come out June 5th and vote Coach Scott Martin, Calhoun County Commissioner, District 3.
And we are back at the TV24 Gridiron Challenge. We are midway through our first quarter. Mickey Shadricks and Gerhard Mathangani with you for game one of our schedule today. Got a full game here, then a tri-match between Lawrence County, Gardendale, and Clay Central. Then we'll wrap up with another full game with Montgomery Catholic and Callaway out of Georgia. And man, Gerhard, I want to get Gerhard to talk this morning about that Callaway team. He was telling me yesterday about all the Division I prospects they'll be bringing in here today. Bailey Quick is wrapped up and taken down from behind by the Cleburne County defense for a loss of 2. So you think this Callaway team's worth coming out and seeing today, huh?
Absolutely. They have a bunch of different prospects that are not only of this 2019 class, the rising seniors, but also the 2020 class and the 2021 class. Got some notes yesterday from some of the guys that they'll be bringing in. Their top player is a senior offensive lineman. His name is Keandre Jones of Callaway. He's an offensive tackle. 50 offers so far, FBS and FCS, and we'll mention some other ones after this play.
Wow. 4 receivers split to the right this time for Good Hope, and they run a little jet sweep with Matt Hancock. And Hancock turns the corner, steps out of bounds at the 44. We do have a flag back at the line of scrimmage. I believe this one's going to go against the offense. There's a good look at Cleburne County head coach Michael Short, who is just, happy to be here after the health problems he suffered at the end of last year. We talked with him the other night live on the air during the county jamboree, and he was giving us a personal update on his medical condition, and he's dropped a lot of weight. He's definitely improved a lot. He's still not 100%, but he's down on the sidelines today coaching his team back where he wants to be.
21st year as the head coach there, and we had a great chance to see him at the banquet. He had some complications after surgery, and he was able to bounce back and really kind of beat the timeline of a lot of the doctors and physicians that have been working with him. He says that during practice he's able to go hour and a half, 2 hours, so we'll see how long he's able to stay out here. But from a health perspective, we've seen a lot of great football, a lot of great shots, but that right there, to see him back with that Cleburne County visor on, coaching his boys, that it's a great size, and it's a great sign to see him back for year 21.
So the penalty was against the offense, illegal procedure, so second down and very long. Here is Dixon, and he is met by Ant Thompson, and Thompson had some help arrive after that. So a short gain of about 4 up to the 36.
Great closeout defense there by Cleburne County. Ant Thompson held them up, and then guys like Kate Smith came down for the help defense. So 3rd and long here for Good Hope.
And the sun peeking out here in Jacksonville this morning. When we got up, it was very cloudy and overcast, but I think we're in for a sunny Saturday here at the Gridiron Challenge. 3rd down and 12 for the Raiders. Quick dropping back to throw. Will take off and run for what he can get, which is about 4 yards. Chased down from behind that time by Cleburne County's Cale Dingler. So the Cleburne County defense, with the aid of a 5-yard penalty, will stop Good Hope here and force a simulated punt unless they choose to go for it on 4th and 7.
I think they thought about it for a second and now deciding to elect to punt. Going back to that Callaway, Georgia team, we talked about Keandre Jones, the offensive tackle. They also have Nathan Sapp, who has 6 offers already, plays defensive end and outside linebacker. Receiver Jacob Freeman already has offers from Louisville, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Oregon, and Baylor. A 2021 class running back, Charlie Dixon, has an Ole Miss offer. And then the 2020 running back, Tank Bigsby, the nation's #1 overall player according to 27 Sports, already has Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida, LSU, Michigan, Michigan State, Nebraska, North Carolina, Ohio State. The list is endless. USC as well. 2020 running back Tank Bigsby is one of the guys to look for, including a bevy of other players. So it'll bring a great team here from Callaway, Georgia to Jacksonville State.
Boy, if you like to follow college, high school recruiting and college football, which a lot of people do, sounds like that is a trip worth making up to Jacksonville this afternoon to check out this Callaway team. Rustin Roberts for Cleburne County is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The yardage is tough to come by here early in this one for Heflin.
This run defense has been really, really solid for the Raiders so far, and that was Dylan McDonald on the stop there from his inside linebacker position.
So 2nd down and 12 for Cleburne County, who has yet to get a first down in the game. Got ourselves a defensive struggle here early in our first game. Swing pass out here. As Morrison hits number 88, Luke Downey, for maybe a half yard. So 3rd and 12 for the Tigers.
Yeah, just really nothing popping here for Cleburne County offensively. You would have to figure at some point they'll get some big play, but give a lot of credit to this Raider defense.
A screen pass. Gage Harcrow caught it at the 23 and brought it out across the 25 for a gain of 4, but it'll still be well short of a first down. So once again, Cleburne County 3 and out on offense.
That was perfect defense there by the Good Hope Raiders on the screen play. The corner came back up and did his job. The outside linebacker who we saw earlier make a play, Dylan McDonald, came up and made a play as well, and then everybody else collapsed on the football. And I'll tell you what, this Good Hope defense so far has been solid. Good Hope plays in Class 4A Region 5. Their region opponents are Cordova and Curry, Fayette County, Haleyville, Northside, and Oak Grove, to give you a sense of where they play most of their region games up there in North Alabama.
I believe that's where Rudy Ford played high school football, right? He
Yep.
used to play at Auburn. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Here's the pass out to Hancock. Nice play on first down. And Hancock steps out of bounds at the 47, so give him 8 yards on first down.
That was reminiscent of what Cleburne County just tried to do with that wide receiver screen, and give a lot of credit to Matt Schwager. Number 19 is the outside receiver. Did a good job of sealing his guy out, sealing that corner out, and then able to let his man get about 8 yards there.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Raiders. Quick, little delayed handoff to Dixon. Dixon breaks it outside. Another nice run for this young man as he's down to the Heflin 41. Spun out of bounds there by Micaiah Ross, but a big gain on 2nd down and another first down.
Offensive coordinators really love 2nd and short because it opens up the entire playbook. You have to respect the pass and then the run, and that time they gave him a little bit of both. Look to pass early with three receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Let everybody defend the pass for a half second and then go with a delayed handoff. And we've already seen Dixon make a lot of plays so far this game. There goes another one.
So 1st and 10, Good Hope for the 2nd time here in the game. They're in Cleburne County territory. They got down to a 1st and goal at the 6 and wound up having to attempt a field goal, and they missed it. Dixon, another good run between the tackles. This is a 12-yard gain. Well, they're actually going to put his knee down at the 30, so a gain of 11, but another first down for the Raiders as they are on the march here as we're under a minute to play in our first quarter.
Yeah, this looks a little bit like that first drive. They were able to go down there and get themselves in field goal range, and nice play by Ant Thompson. His helmet came off, so he'll have to come off for one play. Ant Thompson, one of the guys on the tackle.
Quarterback keeps it this time. Unable to turn the corner. Excellent containment that time by Rico Jordan, the 9th grader for Cleburne County.
Exactly what you want. You want to be able to make him go east and west and string it out left and right. We've already seen Quick make a lot of plays in the running game, and that time does a great job to lose 1 yard.
2nd down at 11. Final seconds of the first quarter. Doesn't look like Good Hope will snap it again here. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So it is definitely a defensive struggle here in game one of the Gridiron Challenge. Good Hope in Cleburne County. No score. Second quarter action when we return to JSU Stadium.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Historic Banning Mills is the largest and longest zipline canopy adventure in the world. It's located in your own backyard near Carrollton, Georgia. Historic Banning Mills offers over 9 miles of courses, 52 sky bridges, and over 90 different zip lines, soaring at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour and up to 3,400 feet in length. Most everyone in the family can participate, even the little ones. If that's not enough, climb the Guinness World Record's tallest freestanding rock climbing wall at 14 stories high. Historic Banning Mills also offers horseback riding, kayaking, GPS adventures, birds of prey shows, and much more. So much that you can't fit it all in one day. So stay the night or the whole weekend at their Country Inn Lodge or rent a cabin. Don't take your family, friends, or company retreat just anywhere. Make it unforgettable at Historic Banning Mills.
I'm Wayne Willis, Mayor of Weaver and State Senate candidate. As a career law enforcement officer, I am a true public servant. Just like you, I feel the same struggles working class Alabama faces. Throughout my campaign, I have not taken any money from any PACs, lobbyists, special interest groups, or big business. 100% of the contributions I've received has come from working class people and local small business owners. If you will elect Wayne Willis in the June 5th Republican primary, I can go to Montgomery and answer to only one group, and that's you, the voters.
And as we come back, you can see there the pass from Quick to Hancock. Just a little too much length on it. And Hancock did have a step on the defensive back.
I watched these two during warm-ups, and they have great chemistry. They were able to connect on a lot of the inside routes and some of the outside routes as well. And then there was a time earlier in the first quarter where he was trying to hit him on the outside pass. I feel like this is a combination between Quick and Bailey, 2 and 1. You'll see a lot of this season. Still trying to get that timing down.
So 3rd down and 11 now for the Raiders. They go back to the ground. Dixon, he is wrapped up, spun down behind the line of scrimmage by Cleburne County's Cam McElroy. So good penetration in that time for the Tigers. That'll make it 4th down and 13 as they lose a couple of yards on the play.
Fantastic job there defensively by Cam McElroy. And then you have the secondary come up, make some strong plays as well, and then the linebackers backing him up. So that's good team defense.
So they're going to go for it, 4th and 13. They need to take it down to the 20 to get a 1st down. Quick rolling out. Throws it up for grabs. We got a flag. I think they're going to get interference, but they catch it anyway. Preston Bagwell comes down with it. And that looked like just a very dangerous throw to make by Bailey Quick, but it worked out in his favor.
Absolutely. I think we're going to get offensive pass interference here. It looked like a push-off, but we have 2 flags. We have one in the backfield, which might be a hold, and then maybe pass interference. So I don't know if these would be 2 penalties on Good Hope or maybe like a roughing the passer. We'll find out what it is. They're discussing it right now.
Even if it goes Good Hope's way, that was a dangerous pass.
It really was.
Hung up there forever. Got a lineman downfield on the offense, holding against the defense. So we will replay the down.
Out of all the players who like to hear that news is Bailey Quick, because he threw a pass that he knows that his coach will say, come regular season, that might not be the pass to throw It is on 4th down, though.
Yeah, I was just thinking he really didn't have much to lose. So
right.
If the kid's thinking that way, he's way ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, I mean, it is 4th down. You might as well take a shot. So we will play the down again, 4th and 13.
Won't be surprised here to see Quick try to go back to Hancock. They've been trying that connection all game.
Steps to his right, now pressured, and will be sacked at the 38. Cleburne County C.J. Higgins stayed after him, got off his block, did a good job of getting Quick to the ground.
That's a perfect coverage sack right there. Really nowhere to go with the football for Quick. And then Cleburne County defense once again making a strong play. So once again, there's some penetration there by the Good Hope offense, and then a few good defensive plays in the secondary by Cleburne County, and it ends the drive.
Yeah, 2 trips into Tiger territory, and Good Hope still no points here early in the second quarter. But Cleburne County, they haven't figured out this Good Hope defense yet. They still are looking for their first down.
Last year, this Good Hope team averaged about 20 points per game, gave up about 20 points as well, finished 4-6 on the season.
Morrison, play fake, passes away, and he had a receiver open. Ant Thompson was open at the 48-yard line, but the pass was too high. Like the play call, though, by Heflin to put it in the air on 1st down. Their 1st down, 2nd down running plays have not produced much at all.
Yeah, you have to change it up just a little bit. Good Hope doing a great job, especially against the run so far.
Swing it out to Micaiah Ross. And Ross with a good gain, about 5 yards, maybe 6, depending on the spot. So it makes it 3rd down. We'll call it 5 for the Tigers.
So far, I've seen it a lot here in these spring jamboree games. In this situation, the offense will change the snap count, and they'll go on a hard count for this 3rd down and see if they can pick up a cheap, easy, free 5 yards.
So 3rd down and 5. Here's the give and physical run that time by Cade Smith. That's number 7. We got his name now. Cade Smith pulls his way right up the gut for a 1st down.
This is a nice run here by Cade Smith, and looks a lot like a fullback. His former number 44, and it's a fantastic job there. And he's a big guy. You could tell just looking at him in pads, and he's got some deceptive speed as well.
Very determined on that run also. So Heflin for the first time in Good Hope territory at the 48. Morrison to put it in the air again on 1st down. Oh, pass is picked off. It was tipped, then picked by Jared Pugh. And Pugh is taken down by Micaiah Ross at the 45. So tough break for the Tigers. They finally had something going on offense, and they turn it over.
Yeah, looking for Micaiah Ross here. Great job by 24, Colton Bagwell. And then the interception by Jared Pugh. It's good team defense. We've seen it from the run game, and now we're seeing it in the passing game as well.
Another money shot by our sideline camera guy, Tony Caveman Castaneda.
He's probably been doing it for as long as Coach Short's been coaching.
And that young man, Jared Pugh, with his interception, goes to the bench for a break. And there's the Caveman. We got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break with them. 9:46 to play in our second quarter. Still no score here at the Gridiron Challenge at JSU.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunnsheatingandcooling.com.
You'll always remember the day you start at Gadsden State. The butterflies when you walk in your first college class, And you'll remember the day you finish, hold your diploma, and hug your family. But there are so many other memories in between. The instructors that inspire you, amazing skills that you master, and classmates that become lifelong friends. We want you to be a part of the memories we build together. Start it, finish it, with us at Gadsden State.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunnsheatingandcooling.com.
Out of the timeout, it is 1st and 10 for Good Hope. And speedy run here. Hudson Leverett, his first carry of the now afternoon yet?
Close to it.
Yeah, almost. Still morning. But anyway, nonetheless, look at the speed here by Leverett.
A great play also by Dixon, the running back. We've seen him make a few plays running the football. They're doing the lead blocking for Leverett. And a lot of speed here in the running game for this Good Hope Raider football team.
So third time today, the Raiders have invaded Cleburne County territory, but still no points. Quick, a little option play. Nice job turning the corner, Matt Swager. And finally, Good Hope breaks through with some points. A 40-yard touchdown run by number 19, Matt Schwager.
You had to figure at some point this was going to break and they were going to pop off a big score for a touchdown. This defense or this offense for Good Hope doing a great job. This is the first time we've seen this option play all game and does a perfect job. Just reads number 1, Dalen Brown for Cleburne County. Brown does his job and then there's nobody there for the pitch, but give a lot of credit out there to number 1, Matt Hancock, who was a receiver blocking for the Good Hope Raiders. Well-executed play for the first score of the game.
And the left footer, Clayton Herring, comes in. He's missed a field goal attempt already today. Much better looking kick here, and it's good. So Good Hope strikes first with 9 minutes and 9 seconds left in our second quarter as they jump in front of Cleburne County 7-0. And another look at the last minute pitch there to Schwager.
Fantastic individual effort, but also great team play by the quarterback and Bailey Quick, by his blockers and Matt Hancock, and also Matt Dixon, and then able to get in there for the score and first touchdown of the game. And I'll tell you what, this is a Good Hope team that is changing regions. We talked about some of their region opponents. They'll play a very tough Cordova team, a tough Fayette County team who went deep into the playoffs a year ago. But Coach Alan Scott in his 4th year looks to have a solid bunch coming back. It's a team that didn't win a game 2 years ago, 2016, with 0-10, 0-6 in the region. I'll tell you what, it looks solid going on this year.
First down, and Cleburne County goes with Cade Smith, the fullback. I think that's a good call. This young man is a very physical, determined runner, and he'll make that Good Hope defense respect the running game.
Absolutely. We saw a first down run a little while earlier, and last series, Cleburne County tried to throw it a little bit, put him off balance, and I think they found a stable, consistent runner here in Smith.
There you see Dylan McDonald coming off the field. Looks like he's got a headgear issue. 2nd down and 5. Cade Smith again. And he picks up close to 4 yards. Give him 3. Up to about the 43. So now a 3rd and 2 coming up for Heflin.
Nice play by Matt Dixon and Colton Bagwell. We've called those guys' name a lot on both sides of the ball. They do a great job here, and it's now 3rd and short.
Boy, the Tigers really need to get the first down here after falling behind 7-0. Their defense has been on the field a lot here in this first half. So a big possession snap coming up here for the Tigers. 2 tight end formation. A handoff up the middle to Ant Thompson. Not Cade Smith. And Thompson is really close. The officials spotting it just right on the line. This is really going to be close.
I think they ended up giving it to him.
Got a challenge flag across the way by Coach Scott also.
It's a great time to point out that DV Sport, the folks over at DV Sport, who is sanctioned by the Alabama High School Athletic Association, that runs the official replay system, will be on hand. They've been on hand for the last 2 days. They'll be on hand all day today to help initiate some of the concerns and some of the things that coaches and officials need to know about the replay system that will be in effect in 2018. And one of the things that can be challenged, there's a lot that can't be challenged. One of the things that can be challenged, I believe, it is on all levels of football, is the spot of the ball. And I think everybody's getting clarification here. And this is Jimmy Buckaloo, the head referee, talking to the Good Hope head coach. And I'm not sure, in every other level of football, whether it's high school, or college, and the NFL, you can challenge the spot of the ball. And I think that's what Good Hope is getting some clarification on right now, if you can under these new rules in high school football. So, yeah, he will take a look at it. So I believe that it is a reviewable play here. And as you said, it'll be really close. We'll find out.
All right, we'll take a break while they take a look at it, and we'll see what the verdict is when we come back.
I'm District Judge Chris McIntyre. A great deal of my time is spent on the bench conducting felony preliminary hearings and bench trials and working to see that justice is done. But when I'm not in court, this is my whole world, my family, and I'm committed to keeping them safe. I'm Judge Chris McIntyre, committed to justice and to making Calhoun County a safer place. Please vote to re-elect me on June the 5th.
We were looking to sell our starter home and move into our dream home. After looking at all the options, we chose to work with ERA King. ERA means easy, responsive, and attention to detail. ERA King made the entire process of buying and selling a house easy. From helping us decide on a listing price to navigating the final closing, our agent worked with us every step of the way. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Well, we were away for about a minute, and they're still reviewing, and my understanding is they're allowed 2 minutes to review plays at the high school level in this new program that they've instituted, and not sure that time limit has been followed to the T while we've been doing the spring games here at JSU. But as you mentioned, you and I were talking during the break, the coaches have been encouraged to go ahead and do this because this is an opportunity for the system to be implemented, for everyone to kind of see how it works and get everyone used to the concept of it. It's just a good practice opportunity.
For sure, it's repetitions for everybody. It's repetitions for the replay guys. It's repetitions for the coaches. Repetitions for these officials as well. And we learned yesterday that there's only 2 signals. There's only going to be what looks like an incomplete pass signal, which means the call stands, and then what looks like a backcourt signal with the palm going from downside to the upside, which means the ball's been overturned. So it looks like Good Hope's coaches have won the toss here, and they'll be a little bit short.
So they move it back a half yard, so they win the challenge. Let's take a look at it. We haven't even really looked at it ourselves to see, but yeah, I see he reaches out at the last minute, but he is definitely, the knee appears to be down, and down in, at about the 44.5-yard line, so that's where the official put the football. So good eye over there by Coach Alan Scott.
And for the 3 days, is the third day that we've had replay. This is the first time that the coach's challenge has worked and the play has been overturned. So I guess they're going to assess everything that comes after that, because now it's short, so the chain guys will have to come back, and it looks like it will be 4th down now, 4th and about 1.
Here we see it again. Kind of hard to see from that angle, but you can tell he's definitely down and then reaches out after he's already down and puts the ball up to the 45. So I think they got it right.
The Cleburne County offense can make it all for naught by getting the first down here on this 4th down conversion.
But it is going to introduce a stoppage in play. It is. It really is. So it's going to be hopefully they'll be able to get that thing narrowed down to that 2-minute goal, which is what my understanding the rule is going to be. And now we've got another stoppage in play, and I think we've got a timeout now called by Good Hope. So 4th down and a half yard. And we come back to JSU Stadium.
I'm Tim Hodges. For the last 8 years, it's been my honor to serve as the Calhoun County Commissioner for District 2. During my tenure, we've accomplished a lot.
With Tim Hodges on the commission, over 990 new jobs were created in District 2, not to mention the completion of 10 county school enhancements, along with over $6.5 million invested in the district's infrastructure.
We still have more to do, and with your support, we'll get it done together.
Vote Tim Hodges, Calhoun County Commissioner, District 2.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
All right, we've had a lengthy break. We had a challenge flag, a review, a timeout, and now we're about to get back to action. It's 4th and a half yard in Cleburne County, down 7-0. They're going to go for it from their own 44.5-yard line. Morrison on the sneak. Didn't get it at first, but he had some help from big Cade Smith, who came up from behind and just pushed him forward for a couple of yards. So it'll be a first down for the Tigers.
And this play will come back because at the last moment I saw a flag come out, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty on Cleburne County. I think it's a legal shift, maybe. So they'll back them up 5 yards here.
That's a costly penalty. And now they'll have to do the simulated punt. So Heflin had a first down. Instead, illegal shift penalty. Good Hope will get it back on offense at the 26.
So it took a lot of time to get these 2 plays off. But in the end, Alan Scott won here. He threw the challenge flag, and the ball comes back a half yard, and then they go on 4th down. They have to go for it on 4th down instead of being a first down, and a new set of downs for Cleburne County. And then the penalty on the 4th down play comes up in a turnover or comes up in a penalty, which gets the ball back. So all in all, Alan Scott rolling all aces here.
And without the replay, Cleburne County, it's just a simple first down. Nobody knows any different, and we move on. Quick with the quick pass out to Drew Maddox. And Maddox hit hard by Thompson after a gain of about 4 near the 30.
This Raider group doing a good job of getting a lot of different guys involved in the offense. We've seen several different playmakers, and there you see Alan Scott, who's done a fantastic job going into year number 4. We talked about their record over the past couple of years, 3-7 his first year, and then 0-10, and then won 4 games a year ago. They're going to move from Region 5 into Region 6, and this is a team that, when they did score, they scored a lot. 41 against Vinemont, 33 against Hamilton, and 33 against Cold Springs. And that offense this time comes up with a fumble, and Cleburne County now in the best field position they've had all day.
Almost looks like Quick just took his eye off of it for a half second. It hit him in the shoulder pad, and then Cleburne County able to pounce on it there. I believe that was Ben Oswalt on the recovery. Yeah, number 77. So big break here for the Tigers. Good Hope has 1 interception today, so this is the first turnover Cleburne County has come up with, and they're going to have it first down at the Good Hope 26. Let's see if they can turn the turnover into points.
And the only points of the game so far have been off the turnover. The interception was the catalyst for the Good Hope touchdown, and then now Cleburne County has got the ball in great field position, and another flag comes out.
Yeah, this had the feel of a sideline warning. That's about the only thing that could have been. So 1st and 10, Tigers. Reese Morrison has gone all the way at quarterback. Put it in the air on 1st down. Got a man in the end zone. Pass is incomplete, however. It was intended for Gage Harcrow. Cleburne County taking a shot there on 1st down.
Yeah, you see that a lot out of defenses, or out of defense to offensive possession. Usually offensive coordinators really like to take advantage of the momentum that's created from the turnover and then go deep, go the big play. It's not really uncommon, especially in college football. You'll see that a lot with that momentum change, especially if you're at home trying to go deep. And they had the one-on-one coverage there, just a little out of reach.
2nd down. Morrison. A little read play there, I think. Took it himself and picks up 5 yards down to the 21.
Johnny Quick on the outside. Not sure if he's twin brothers with the senior Bailey Quick, but fantastic job there, sealing up the outside, number 23.
So Tigers definitely in 4-down territory here. So 3rd down and 5. As we go under 6 minutes to play 2nd quarter. Morrison rolling out to his right. Passes away and caught at the 12-yard line. That's Thompson, and he's going to have a 1st down. And good patience that time by Reese Morrison. He just kept rolling and gave Thompson time to run that pattern and then put it on the money.
Absolutely. This is a well-defended play by Good Hope, but Thompson does a great job of finding that soft spot in the defense, and Morrison puts it right on the spot there for the 1st down.
And we're going to get our heat break now at 5:36 of the 2nd quarter. Good Hope clinging to a 7-0 lead, but Cleburne County trying to get points here. We'll be back to JSU Stadium after this timeout.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
I'm Wayne Willis, Mayor of Weaver and State Senate candidate. As a career law enforcement officer, I am a true public servant. Just like you, I feel the same struggles working class Alabama faces. Throughout my campaign, I have not taken any money from any PACs, lobbyists, special interest groups, or big business. 100% of the contributions I've received has come from working class people and local small business owners. If you will elect Wayne Willis in the June 5th Republican primary, I can go to Montgomery and answer to only one group, and that's you, the voters.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
And we're back at the Gridiron Challenge, brought to you in part by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. 1st and 10 Tigers. They're down by 7. But after forcing a turnover, they're on the march here. Handoff to Cade Smith. Bounces off one tackler. Loses the football, and I believe Heflin's giving it right back to Good Hope. Recovered by number 15, Isaiah Green.
I believe that was Matt Dixon, who just put his helmet right on the right spot, number 44. It's a good job here by Cade Smith. Dodges the initial run, and it is Matt Dixon, 44, puts his helmet right on the football. It pops loose, and a great recovery there by Isaiah Green.
I tell you who made that play was Jackson Hancock. He shot through and just bull rushed Micaiah Ross 5 yards back. And that, kind of got Cade Smith off his mark there. He couldn't move forward. And you want Cade Smith moving forward. You don't want him trying to move sideways. And so anyway, good job by number 58, Jackson Hancock. He was undersized with that one-on-one matchup with Ross, but he won that play. Ross, though, comes right back, though, and helps out on the tackle here on this first down carry by Colton Bagwell. Heflin defense really needs a 3-and-out here and get it right back to that offense with time to score before halftime.
Absolutely, and you figure, just like with Good Hope, they're able to string together some plays, and that time got there because of a turnover. But with both teams, it's almost like soccer where you're starting to see some momentum on offense, and at some point you figure it will break.
2nd and 9. Bagwell again. And he picks up a yard, maybe 2. Short gain. He was upended by the Tigers' Nick Biggers. So it's 3rd and long now. Opportunity here for this Heflin defense.
Big play here for Cleburne County, and they'll bring in some of their smaller guys. They took out a defensive lineman, added in a defensive back, so it looks like they'll go nickel here.
Quick rolls out, passes away, and incomplete. It was intended for Preston Bagwell. Looked like he had caught it from his knees, but officials signaled incomplete.
Yeah, just ran a little curl route on the outside there. And had position to catch the football for a first down, but comes up incomplete, and the Cleburne County defense does their job.
Yes, they do, and that's exactly what you want as a coach. If you turn the ball over, get it right back to your offense. Now the Tigers are going to have just under 4 minutes to work with here, so they have an opportunity still to move down and try to tie the game or take the lead. Tigers starting to kind of almost sense that they're getting their footing a little bit under them offensively, mixing up the play calls a little bit, getting Morrison out of the pocket, throwing the ball some.
That's where they found a lot of their successes, when Morrison's out on the roll, and then also with Cade Smith on the inside, and Smith was out there for a moment. They'll bring him to the sideline. You'll have number 1, Dalen Brown, in the backfield. Now they split him out.
First down, they hand it off to Thompson. Boy, he got a motor. Thompson shoots through the hole, and big gainer of about 17 yards.
Does a great job here blocking up front, but a great individual effort as well by Ant Thompson. He's got some speed on him.
He's got him a good football name, too.
That is a good football name, Ant Thompson. I like that. Really versatile.
Looked like a fire ant on that run. 1st and 10. Fake to him this time. Morrison will be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Isaiah Green. I think he'd have been better off handing off to Ant.
Yeah, and that was a good assignment football right there. You want to make sure that on those read options, you have everything covered, and Isaiah Green does a good job of playing his assignment, making sure quarterback does come away with the football and able to come up with the tackle.
So it'll be 2nd down and a little over 11 yards to go. Morrison throws an interception. Threw it right to number 19, Matt Schwager. I'm not sure if maybe there was a mix-up on the route that time. Hargrove was the receiver in the area, but get another look at it. Yeah, Hargrove just seemed to stop. Gave up the position to Matt Schwager, who's having himself a good game. Schwager had the 40-yard touchdown run, accounting for the only points of the day. Now he's got an interception on defense.
Absolutely. He's been a great blocker as well from his receiver position, and then that time comes up with a great play from his secondary spot.
So Coach Short won't be happy about 3 turnovers here in the first half.
You got one-on-one here with Matt Hancock. Let's see if they go to him.
Quick with the pitch to Dixon. Flag flies as Dixon is up near the first down marker at around the 47, 48-yard line. Initial signal is holding. Assume it's against the offense. And there is Sacs head coach Jonathan Miller snacking on some popcorn and doing some scouting here today. He takes on Heflin in week 1 of the season, so he's getting a look at his opening opponent for 2018. Miller's team beat White Plains in the Calhoun County Spring Jamboree last night. And here's Hancock in the open field. Gets a good block at the 10. Flag comes in. They may get a block in the back at the 5-yard line. It's still going to be a big play, but I don't think it's going to be a touchdown.
I was one play early on the connection to Matt Hancock. They had one-on-one, and we talked about how this is a combo that has been with each other for a while. They're both seniors. But, yeah, there is a block in the back here. So it'll be a solid play overall. I believe that's a spot foul. So it won't be a touchdown. But a great play from Quick to Hancock.
And the block occurred just inside the 10, so they'll move it back to the 19. So, as we said, still a big, explosive play for the Raiders. As they will look to pad their lead here at the end of the first half. Official inadvertently started the clock and then corrected himself. Quick keeps it himself and picks up a short gain as he collides with Cole McElroy, upcoming 9th grader for Cleburne County. Short gain of a couple, so it'll be second down. We'll call it 9 yards to go. Here is the give to Matt Dixon, a little power formation. And Dixon powers his way down to the 13. That'll bring up a third down and about 3. They need to get just inside the 10 for a first and goal.
Manageable third down thanks to the Matt Dixon run. So now here are several options for Good Hope, and so far, as far as Cleburne County's defense goes, this is where they've been the best, when their backs have been against the wall here in the red zone.
And Quick trying to get to the corner, gets a crushing block, cuts back at the 5 and is going to be down just short of the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1, where it will be first and goal.
That crushing block was delivered by number 35, Dylan McDonald. Watch McDonald here on the lead block. Nice individual effort here after the blocking. Quick gets inside, it looks like inside the, or just right at about the 1-yard line.
Under a minute to play in the first half. Here's Dixon, and he is in. So Mr. Matt Dixon, who's had himself a good first half, has a 1-yard touchdown run, as Good Hope goes up by 2 scores.
Once again, Dylan McDonald on the lead block there. A great matchup, one-on-one with Kate Smith of Cleburne County. Didn't have to give that much yardage, 1 yard, and big Dixon puts the second touchdown on the board for the Raiders.
And here's Clayton Herring back on the field for the extra point attempt. And it hits the upright, so it is no good. Or did it go through? Yeah, I guess it careened through. I thought it did not, but they They're going to count it, so it'll be 14-0. And as we go to break, a look at the score there. Matt Dixon in from a yard out. Good Hope with a 14-0 lead over Cleburne County.
Hello, I'm Bubba Hinton, candidate for Calhoun County Board of Education. My platform is very simple: accountability and expectations. By holding everyone accountable, our students will be better prepared for life after leaving the Calhoun County school system.
Every school board needs a Bubba.
Please vote for Bubba on June 5th.
Vote for Carl Bubba Hinton for Calhoun County Board of Education.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, three-point home run, hat trick, pavement pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
All right, we missed a couple of plays while we were away. A first down play and then a second down clock of the football, so it's 3rd down and 8 with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Maybe one shot here going deep to the end zone for Cleburne County.
And the pass intended for Ant Thompson. I don't think Ant wanted that one. Just kind of let up and laid out on that one. So that'll take us to the end of the first half. And it was a turnover fest for the Tigers of Heflin. They turned it over 3 times and missed on a couple of scoring opportunities in the first half. And Good Hope with a 14-0 lead here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back, and get ready for the second half here of our first game at the Gridiron Challenge between Cleburne County and Good Hope.
I'm Tim Hodges. For the last 8 years, it's been my honor to serve as the Calhoun County Commissioner for District 2. During my tenure, we've accomplished a lot.
With Tim Hodges on the commission, over 990 new jobs were created in District 2, not to mention the completion of 10 county school enhancements, along with over $6.5 million invested in the district's infrastructure.
We still have more to do, and with your support, we'll get it done together.
Vote Tim Hodges, Calhoun County Commissioner, District 2.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, three-point home run, hat trick, pavement pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive-through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
Hello, I'm Bubba Hinton, candidate for Calhoun County Board of Education. My platform is very simple: accountability and expectations. By holding everyone accountable, our students will be better prepared for life after leaving the Calhoun County school system.
Every school board needs a Bubba.
Please vote for Bubba on June 5th.
Vote for Carl Bubba Hinton for Calhoun County Board of Education.
And we are back at the Gridiron Challenge High School Football Spring Jamboree at Jacksonville State University. Mickey Shadricks and Gerhard Mathangani with you for Game 1 of our Saturday schedule. We have a tri-match coming up after this game between Lawrence County, Gardendale, and Clay Central. Then Montgomery Catholic and Callaway out of Georgia will play a full game to wrap up our schedule for today. There you see it, and some good football teams coming in here. Clay Central, going to be real interesting to see what they look like with Danny Horn back home as head coach there, and Gardendale, a good program. And of course, Gerhard was talking earlier today about all the Division I prospects for Callaway out of Georgia. They're as loaded as any team you'll see. So, some interesting football coming up here today at Jacksonville State. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of Good Hope in Cleburne County.
Nice option play here to basically what started the run for Good Hope. They knocked on the door a few times in Cleburne County territory. And that time able to get a touchdown there by Schwager. And then the interception, we talked about earlier how first half was basically riddled by turnovers by the Tigers, and that led to the next touchdown by Matt Dixon. And between Dixon and Hancock and Bailey Quick, Preston Bagwell, they really found themselves a core group of playmakers as Good Hope, and able to get a touchdown on 2 different occasions here against Cleburne County. And they've had a couple minutes to chat about it.
All right, Gerhard, what do you make of the Cleburne County schedule? We know we talked earlier about them dropping down to 4A, so a little more of a local flavor to this schedule.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that, Coach Michael Short has to be so happy with, is just basically get the names back on there. And it's names they're familiar with, names that the people in the community are familiar with. They'll open with Weaver, and then they'll take on Sachs. We saw Coach Jonathan Miller down there doing some scouting. Aniana, Anniston, Alexandria, and then back to the region play with White Plains, Hoax Bluff, Asheville, and Cherokee County. It's a tough region, so to get one of those 4 playoff spots will be difficult, but I'm certain that Coach Short is happy to get the Beauregards out of there and get some natural rivalries back at L.A. Belfield and when they go on the road.
And here's a look at the Good Hope 2018 schedule. We mentioned several times today they're from the Coleman area.
Right, and they moved from Region 5 into Region 6, so they're also getting some little bit more of natural rivalries. They'll open with Carbon Hill, then Priceville, Cordova's a region game. Tanner here as well, and Tanner will have a new coach that's coming into this season, and ran in one of the guys in their coaching staff earlier. Oak Grove, Northside, Haleyville, Curry, Fayette County, who was a very strong football team, and then they'll close the season with Hanceville. 4 wins last year, and it is not a stretch to say that Good Hope might be one of the teams that is actually challenging, not just for a few wins, but challenging for a playoff spot come 2018.
All right, and we are being told now, Gerhard, that we're going to have a running clock for the entire second half. So that is the option that the coaches have in these spring games. And I think it makes a lot of sense because, you played 1 full half of regular football, 2 12-minute quarters. You learned a lot about your team. Kids have gotten to play a lot. And so we're going to play 2 more 12-minute quarters, but they will be running the clock.
And I think it's good because at the same time, 1 half of football, regular style with the clocks working the same way, and also with the timeouts and with the heat timeouts that were assessed earlier, it's a good evaluation time, and you don't want to risk injury by playing a lot longer than you have to.
And here is Quick. Tackled out of bounds by Brown. A flag flies on the play as well. And there you see the official saying, move, keep that clock moving, even though we've got a flag.
Maybe a hole here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is on Good Hope. A lot of times with those stretch plays that take a long time, you'll see that, especially from your outside guys, basically just trying to hold and keep containment as much as possible. But it does result here in a penalty, and they'll start behind the chains.
I wonder how Coach Short is feeling, how he's holding up down there, because it is hot today. First time he's probably been on his feet this long. He told me last week that when he goes to practice, he lasts about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as far as he can go. So he's been on his feet longer than that on a very hot day here at JSU. Pass downfield, receiver wide open, and Preston Bagwell lays out but cannot haul it in.
That was a beautiful route there by Preston Bagwell. Just ran it to perfection right on the inside, and he's able to get past his defender but just outside of his hands. And there's Coach Short, and we talked about how, you know, he might last an hour in practice, but you bring competition to the table, man. I think all time goes out the window. As Einstein said, time is relative, and I think at this point, Coach Michael Short is all about getting his team better, finding out where his team is. He is football through and through, and he's been one of the hallmarks of that community. And it's so good to see him back out here and coaching a squad. And after everything that he's been through, this is the season I know that he will be glad to see come along.
3rd down and 10. Opportunity for the Heflin defense to get off the field. Outstanding play. Ant Thompson in coverage against Preston Bagwell. That pass was well thrown, and it took an outstanding defensive play here.
Absolutely. That's picture perfect. Right in his hip pocket the whole time. Doesn't hold, doesn't pass interfere, and then gets right between the ball and the offensive guy without holding. Gets in front of it, knocks it down, and it comes up with a simulated punt here for Good Hope, and Cleburne County will start the ball on offense.
Boy, that is as good a play as you can see from a defensive back.
So far, Ant Thompson, kind of like a lot of these guys from Good Hope, playing both ways, and that time coming up with an outstanding defensive play. He did the same thing earlier on the drive that resulted in the missed field goal, came up with a big defensive play in the end zone. So a two-way player and a two-way star here for the Tigers.
So Cleburne County on offense for the first time here in the second half. Still looking for their first points of the game. They go to Cade Smith, bruiser. He is in the open field. Crosses the 50 and delivers a shot to the defender, Austin Knight, who was pursuing him. But a big first down run by Cade Smith.
It reminds me a lot of that Matt Dixon run to start the game. At the very end, comes up and he shows the speed to begin with, and then with the power there, great vindication, because last time he had the football, ended up fumbling it right up the head of Dixon, and that time comes up with a big blow and a well-deserved break there from number 7.
That's a football player right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very compact, and not many times do you see a running back waiting for the guy trying to tackle him so he can hit him. That's what Cade Smith did just then.
Aggressively looking for contact there. And
you want to tackle me? Come on.
Another dead ball flag here, and this is second sideline warning. So I believe now it's is it a forced penalty as far as yardage goes? I believe so. You don't see that very often. Usually the sideline warning is the one that gets everybody to back up. So I don't know if this is a thing about the coaches or maybe something about the officials. There's not a lot of space there between the boundary marker where the coaches' line is, and then the wall on the outside. So it might be a situation where that line judge, that official, has just told the Cleburne County guys one more time than he wanted to explain where to be.
First down and 15. Pass is incomplete, intended for Micaiah Ross at the 40. So now with the sideline penalty, the poor throw there, you're looking at 2nd and 15, and your drive starts bogging down. And
yeah, momentum can go in a heartbeat after that nice run there by Cade Smith. His offense is going backwards now.
Morrison looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pass is poorly thrown. It was intended for Ant Thompson, but it was behind him.
I think when they go back and look at this, they'll take a look at the outside receiver split to the outside. It looks like number 80 for Cleburne County had a one-on-one position with no safety help over the top. 88 on the backside there, Luke Downey, but instead comes over to the near side, and Good Hope just playing zone defense. Everybody kind of sitting in their zone and a little bit out of the space for Gage Haru.
Heat timeout, third quarter, 5:22 remaining. Good Hope, 14-0 over Cleburne County.
The job title is Calhoun County Coroner, but I believe it is so much more than just a job title. Jobs can be taught, but this job requires compassion. Unlike a job, true compassion cannot be taught. This position touches people's lives, and how situations are handled will affect people's lives. I have worked in the EMS field for over 15 years. One of my positive traits is my God-given ability to show true compassion in bad situations. I commit to treat your family just as I would want my family to be treated. It's really just that simple. I'm Tom Slick, and thank you for your vote on June 5th.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed to providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Aniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Aniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins and never ends.
And we are back at JSU Stadium for the Gridiron Challenge. We're into our third quarter, and little timeout entertainment there.
They're playing, I forgot the name of that song, Tonto Jump On It, and it makes everybody get up and dance, and that's a one-man party right there.
That's the dance cam. Third down and 15. Morrison scrambling around. Now he'll just run for what he can get, which is about 4 yards. A yard away from the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 11. Again, we're into a running clock situation now for the rest of the game.
Fourth and looks like about a 10.5, 11 yards. And so what started as a great drive with the solid Cade Smith run has kind of stalled out here for Cleburne County. They'll have a chance here on 4th down. See if they put it in the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go back to Ant Thompson. Have him split out as a receiver right now.
What messed this drive up was a sideline flag.
That's right.
4th and 11. Morrison hits his receiver, and it is number 88, Luke Downey, short of the first down.
Just went to the best option available, Downey, and Downey was able to get what he could get. Drive stalls, as you said. The catalyst of that was that sideline warning, which you rarely ever see in high school football. Really, you ever see that, period. You'll see the warning, and then that's usually about it. The Good Hope will take over on downs.
And we have, let's see, I think we still have their regular starters in there on offense. Oh no, a new quarterback in the game. That is Tanner Malin. And he did what he could with that high snap. Spell on it back at the 20-23.
Yeah, new center and quarterback exchange here. And you know, a lot of these younger guys basically are playing in this position. Obviously, you want to have them reward for their 9 days of practice and going out there with the varsity. For the most part this season, these guys will serve as a scout team, and they'll be running simulations of what their opponents will be running all year long. And so you'll look for two things with these guys. You look for some evaluation to find out, you know, who could help you out in case somebody goes down from your starting group, and then as well as looking towards the future and finding out what you have come rising in the ranks.
Walter Perez stopped for no gain. So 3rd down and 16 for Good Hope. Malin handed off to Perez. Perez unable to turn the corner as he was met by Gage Harcraw.
Big number 9, Harcraw, playing perfect backside defense there, making sure that there was nothing coming back his way, and then comes up with the tackle, 4th and long here. And we saw a new unit here for Good Hope. I wonder if Cleburne County will stay with their starters through the 3rd quarter and then maybe change over in the 4th. So yeah, it looks like we'll see that starting unit back out there. See Reese Morrison out there, and there are some new guys. Number 6, Rustin Roberts is out there. Looks like he'll line up as a running back. So some new faces in there. They'll integrate it with their starting quarterback, Reese.
So Tigers take back over 1st and 10 at the 40. And here comes Ant Thompson. Containment, good job of containing by Nick Biggers for Good Hope. Was not fooled on the play.
This is the second time they've run that Cleburne County, and both times to Ant Thompson, both times really defended well. And that time, Biggers makes the tackle. And only a gain of, looks like about 1.
So 2nd down and 9. Under a minute to play, 3rd quarter. Morrison still looking to the bench now as takes a snap, passes away, and behind the intended receiver, Harcrow, almost intercepted. That would have been the 4th turnover of the game for Cleburne County.
Yeah, once again, another dangerous pass there, and Eli Ray was all over it. Corner for one of the backup corners for the Raiders. Comes up with a nice play, so it's now 3rd and long. We figure might be the last drive here for the starting unit.
Got to hurry to get the snap off. They just do. And Morrison takes off up the middle and is dropped at the 44-yard line. That'll end the 3rd quarter of this spring jamboree game between Cleburne County and Good Hope. And the varsity portion of the game essentially comes to an end there. We will see a lot of substituting and younger players in our 4th quarter. But it was all Good Hope today as they shut out the Tigers through 3 quarters with their varsity squad 14-0. Back with the 4th quarter of Game 1 here at the Gridiron Challenge.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
Hello, I'm Coach Scott Martin. I'm running for Calhoun County Commissioner of District 3. I bring to you character, leadership, and commitment. Character, to do the right thing. Leadership, 32 years of public service. And commitment, making sure I do what is in the best interest of all citizens of Calhoun County. Your vote is important, and I need your vote, so please come out June 5th and vote Coach Scott Martin, Calhoun County Commissioner, District 3.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed to providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Anniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Anniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins and never ends.
I am Marilyn Hudson, a Christian grandmother, mother, and wife. When folks find themselves in family court, they are at a low point in their lives, overwhelmed by all the courtroom drama. I may not be politically correct, but I feel that sometimes instead of turning to the lawyers, some families would be better off turning to Christian counseling. As a judge, I will do everything in my power to help families. Please elect me, Marilyn Hudson, as your family court district judge.
The Calhoun County Spring Jam is brought to you by Dunn's Heating and Cooling. For great residential and commercial service, upfront pricing, and dependable Bryant Heating and Cooling products, call Dunn's Heating and Cooling. Visit their showroom on Pelham Road South in Anniston. Give them a call or visit online at dunsheatingandcooling.com.
And we are back for the 4th quarter of Game 1 of the Gridiron Challenge here on this sunny Saturday at Jacksonville State University. Good Hope and Cleburne County varsity slugging it out for 3 quarters. Now it's time to turn it over to some of the young players. give them an opportunity to play these final 12 minutes. So Good Hope will feel good about today, 14-0, essentially defeating the Cleburne County varsity squad. Of course, Heflin hurt today by those 3 turnovers.
Absolutely. We spoke earlier in the game as well. There's some guys for Cleburne County that weren't on the field today because of injury, so you'd have to figure that those guys will make an impact, but this was all Good Hope earlier and able to really penetrate the Cleburne County defense and get a couple of turnovers, get a few turnovers actually, and turn those into points as you see the Good Hope JV squad looking solid on defense as well.
There you see number 13. He's your new quarterback, Andrew Adams. He was running for his life on that play. Now he comes out of the game.
It might be a junior varsity unit, but that defensive line for Good Hope is big.
Checking into the game late is Ron Irvin. AC Daly and Brown take the snap here at quarterback. 3rd down and 18 for the Tigers. Brown will try to use his legs and almost broke it out of there. Just about 3 yards more and he would have had the first down, but nice play by Clayton Herring, the freshman of Good Hope.
Absolutely. It was 3rd down and long, and so maybe Good Hope was expecting a pass. Either way, fantastic individual effort by Brown. We've seen Brown play a little bit with the varsity, but not at quarterback, and I think that he'll be one of the guys. He's a young guy, rising 9th grader. We'll find out where he fits, and I think that Coach Short is just trying to put him at various positions and find out where he can help this ball club.
And Heflin goes for it on 4th down. They hand it off to Rustin Roberts. Pyle moves forward for a couple of yards and stops at the 44, which is a yard short of a first down.
So Good Hope defense stepping up there.
Good Hope will get it back. Chase Robinson's down on the field with us, and he'll have a word with both the coaches after the game, and he can ask Coach Short how he's feeling after being out here for a couple hours.
He's held up well. Every time I look down there, he's has the same mannerisms as old Coach Short that we've known for forever, and still coaching his guys up. 21st year, we talked about it earlier, obviously coming off, one of the worst seasons probably in his tenure, but also playing up in classification, and they were probably supposed to be in 4A last year, but the reclassification is every 2 years, and so after suffering a 1-9 season, playing basically just punching up in a lot of ways, playing in a heavyweight region as well, they're now back kind of where they belong in Class 4A, where they are a little bit, it's a competitive balance, and they'll play there with Anniston, Asheville, Cherokee County, Hokes Bluff, Jacksonville, Aniana, and White Plains. So their region games are going to be very interesting, especially for us here that keep up with football in East Alabama. Some more natural rivalries for the Tigers. And Coach Short, 7 overall playoff appearances. His only 2 missed over the past 2 seasons when they were in 5A. 14 playoff overall and state championship appearance back in 2001. His overall winning percentage is 62%, so 142 wins, and he's knocking on the door for 150. Might be able to get it this year, might be able to get it next year, so a great career that will continue again in 2018.
And that has been a constant struggle for Cleburne County when realignment every 2 years, and so often they have been kind of put out to pasture almost, and in no man's land with the eastern portion, southeastern portion, kind of right there at the border with Georgia, and having to do so much travel down in that area, and games where not really strong gate games, which affects how much revenue you generate for your program. And
right.
So that has been an ongoing struggle. So yeah, they feel like they're back at home.
Yeah, and it's hard to ask fans, hey, this is a region game, it's an important game, travel 2.5 hours, 3 hours to go, watch us play. And the HSA does as good a job as they can to simulate and make sure that these schools get, natural rivals and they're staying somewhat close. But then every now and again you'll have a team that just has to travel a whole lot further, and Cleburne County was that last year. To give an example of some of the teams they played last year, they played teams like Valley, way down there by Auburn, and then Lincoln, obviously, which is a close rivalry. Beauregard, Sylacauga, they also played Central Clay, who we'll see next coming up, and then their non-conference games were non-region games, I should say, were against Fife and Leeds. So it was a tough schedule really overall, but I think that the team has grown from it. We saw some flashes of that growth today, and we'll see them next year against some favorable opponents.
And you know, I-20 seems to be that dividing line in a lot of instances, not just on the eastern side of the state either. Of course, there's just more population, you know, in the northern part of the state, so the dividing line for the south is a little, it's not like it's right in the middle of the state. So
they're like seemingly the northernmost southern team, and so they had to travel a lot last year. And of course, Beauregard had the defending Mr. Football going into that region with Damian Webb, and then they won the state championship as well. So it was a tough region for Cleburne County to play in and week out. Then they played a team that went to the state championship game in Fife. Leeds had a strong power program for a long time. Valley was improved.
Malin's pass to Cameron Twilley is incomplete on 2nd and 8. Again, we're in a running clock situation, already down to 5.5 to play in this game. Coming up next, we will begin a tri-match. Should be a very interesting trio of shorter games that will involve Central of Clay County, Gardendale, and Lawrence County.
A lot of teams with some good storylines heading into 2018. We talked about Central Clay bringing back a familiar face and a familiar name. It'll be good to catch up with him at that game. Danny Horn, a Hall of Fame head coach with a legendary resume at Clay County, and we'll see how that unit looks after 5 years with Coach Chris Herron. And you know, Chris Herron and some of the guys down there had such a long tradition with football in that area, and Danny Horn brings that exact same thing as well. And you know, obviously a legendary rivalry with Lineville kind of marked his time there, and such a great story between those two teams and those two schools. And now they've been together for a while that you consider them really all one community, but there's a lot of people down there that know and love what Horn has to bring to the table.
Going to have a penalty on this play, pre-snap penalty on the offense. Unless it's another sideline penalty, which I don't think it is. Against the defense. So that's a 5-yard mark off down to the 5. 1st and goal now for Good Hope as they look to score here in the 4th and final quarter. Malin going to put it in the air. Pass too high. Intended for Eli Ray.
Ray had positioning on the backside there, a little over his head. He came up with a great defensive play earlier, did Ray. That time just couldn't connect.
Covered back there by Ron Irvin. So we now go under 3 minutes to play here in the game. 2nd down and goal. Fighting for yardage is Michael Owens. He picks up a couple down to about the 2.5-yard line.
So far, Cleburne County defense, both the varsity and the JV, playing really well once they get to the red zone. Really have only allowed 1 touchdown in the red zone. The other touchdown by the varsity unit was scored from 40 yards out.
So 3rd down and goal. See if the Raiders can punch it in here, and Malin does it himself. Nice job, Tanner Malin on the fake. Keeper right up the middle, and he takes it in for the Good Hope touchdown.
There's going to be a lot of smiles on that 83-mile bus trip back to Coleman County for Good Hope, because both the JV and the varsity units have come in and looked very impressive against a good team. And there you see the coaches still coaching even these younger guys. the future of the program for Good Hope, but this 2018 season is looking bright for the Raiders.
And here is Clayton Herring back on the field, the left footer, to attempt one more extra point. And the left footer drills this one for a 7-0 lead here in the fourth quarter.
Looks like one more possession here for Cleburne County. See what they do with it. They'll get the ball on the 35-yard line, and
that clock is moving, so they got to hustle.
They do.
Dalian Brown still in there at quarterback for the Tigers. And just took his eye off of it, and the ball sails behind him, and Brown in a whole world of trouble back at around his 21-yard line.
Eli Ray comes up and makes the initial play, and then Tommy Fetters, number 13, finishes him off. That's the thing with new quarterbacks. Every now and again, you'll take the eye off the football for just a little bit. Really know where to go, just trying to make something out of nothing. And good gang-style tackling here by the Raiders. And Fetters makes the play, and looks like there'll be one more snap in this game.
Brown hands it off right up the middle. Short gain that time for number 6, Rustin Roberts. Tigers hurry up, try to snap it one more time. And they just do get it off. And Brown runs into his own blocker, then is taken down to end the game right there. And the Good Hope fans who made the trip down to JSU Stadium today, standing up and cheering their Raider team as they come in here today, take advantage of some Cleburne County turnovers in that first half, but a very good, impressive spring showing today for Coach Alan Scott's team.
Absolutely. If you're a fan of the Raiders or any of the Raider players, JV all the way down to the varsity, from the varsity to the JV level, a fantastic showing. Lots of players stepped up. Matt Hancock, Bailey Quick, Preston Bagwell all played well, as well as Matt Dixon and Matt Schwager, both guys scoring the touchdowns, the only touchdowns of the day. So lots to look forward to for the Raiders. 0 wins 2 years ago, 4 last year, and this is a team that can challenge for a playoff spot in Class 4A Region 6. Down to the field with Chase.
And thank you, guys. I got both head coaches here with me. I'm going to start with Coach Short. I know good to see you out here. I know it's been a tough offseason for you. How you feeling back on the sideline here tonight?
I'm just glad to be alive. Good Lord, let me have an opportunity to be here. Appreciate y'all coming down and playing, Coach. They've got an excellent football team. We got a long way to go and a lot of work to do, but you know the kids are going to give effort, and that's good. It's a lot different playing out here at 12 o'clock in the daytime. It's hot on me. I don't know about Coach there, but I think both sides, the kids got after and gave effort, and they feel like they get hurt.
I know, like you mentioned, a lot of guys out for you this spring. Talk about the spring for you and kind of getting these new faces in.
Well, we're putting in a whole new offense, and you could tell. And, you know, a lot of the kids that got to play today will have to be backups for us next year, so that gave them a good opportunity to get out here and get some snaps.
Talk about just this experience for your team. You got a young team coming to this facility, coming to play a team like this.
Well, we always enjoy coming to Jacksonville. They do a good job with their stadium and letting us play out here. And, you know, last year, you know, we play 3 or 4 games a year on turf, so that wasn't new to us. So the kids enjoy coming up here and playing now.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck next season.
Thank you.
Yes, you too. And here with the head coach here from Good Hope. And, Coach, just talk about your team here this spring.
Excited about what's happening at Good Hope right now. We're thankful to be here today, and like Coach said, we're just very, very blessed not to have any injuries. Our kids played really hard today and executed, so springtime is always the thing where coaches kind of get to look at all the things in the offseason that we thought about. It's kind of our little laboratory to kind of see how it goes, and I thought our kids responded well in a unique situation. Very thankful to Jacksonville State University and you guys for putting this on, and just humbled.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and good luck to you next season as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Chase. Class act, both these two coaches here today, so enjoyed hearing from them here at the end of the game. Gerhard, kind of your final take on what we saw here in this first Gridiron Challenge game before we turn it over to Tommy Wood and John Holder, who are going to be settling in for the tri-match coming up in just a moment.
Obviously, lots of good things to look forward to for Good Hope, and they're a ball club outside of our main coverage area, and so we'll keep a track on them because they have a lot to build on. And what Coach Short just told Chase earlier, I think, is some of the building blocks for them. A lot of young guys last year, over the past 2 years, installing a new offense, so there are going to be some growing pains. So I expect them to correct a lot of that stuff in the offseason and then come back in the regular season with some confidence, and then also playing, like we talked about earlier, some opponents that they know back in 4A football. I expect see a lot of great things for the Tigers.
And he mentioned Coach Short did installing a new offense, and he's working with a very young quarterback. Morrison's only an upcoming junior, so. But I think what I saw if I'm looking at Heflin's team today, I think their defense got after it. They had their backs against the wall a lot, so really to hold Good Hope to 14 points when you've had 3 turnovers, not a horrible performance by the defense. When I look at Heflin's offense, I see a bright future at quarterback. I think this Morrison kid, he's got good feet.
Yep.
He's got a good arm, and he just needs experience, and he got some valuable experience today.
Absolutely. I think nothing beats repetition, and that's exactly what he got today. And then he'll rely on guys that made some plays today, guys like Cade Smith and guys like Ant Thompson, number 7 and number 8. Expect those guys to really be a nice complement to what Morrison brings to the table next year.
All right, well, that'll wrap up our Game 1 on the Gridiron Challenge schedule today as Good Hope defeats Cleburne County in the varsity and the junior varsity game today. Coming up next, tri-match, Lawrence County, Gardendale, Central Laclede. Tommy Wood and John Holder are standing by, and they're ready to go. Hope you are. We'll be back to JSU Stadium with live coverage of the Gridiron Challenge in just a moment.